1 month in, the Occupy Wall Street protests are gaining popularity and support, but many are still questioning what exactly the anti-corporate movement is supposed to accomplish. With me now, Arizona Congressman Raul Grijalva, co-chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. He joins me now from Tucson. In fact, protests took place in Tucson this weekend, Congressman, right in your home district. Did you attend any of them?
I went and visited with the occupiers that were there at the park and talked to them and found that it's a cross-section of America. This is not some fringe element. This is a cross-section of America concerned about issues with very common sense opinions about things. And I think what is going on across this nation is necessary, it is peaceful, and it is a counterpoint to the lack of discussion about fairness in this country and certainly in our economic policy. So for me, it has been a necessary activity that is going on around this country.
Now, is it, what you're hearing is some of it, you know, one of the criticisms that they've received even from President Clinton is saying, what are your demands? What is it that you want? You brought up fairness, and it does seem to be the overall umbrella theme here. Do you think that the movement needs to get more focused?
I think this movement is going to develop as it goes along. I think it is presumptuous of any of us, and certainly elected officials, to ask them or demand of them to give us a prescription when, quite frankly, in terms of Congress and certainly the House of Representatives where I serve, we have provided no prescriptions to the concerns that they have. So I believe that by drawing attention, drawing the contrast with what's going on, and insisting on fairness, to me, that's enough right now for us to pay attention.
I know that you have submitted your version of what you think should be the deficit reduction, the package that's put together for the super committee on behalf of the Progressive Caucus. Let me ask you this. There's been some reporting that House Democrats the 3 House Democrats on this committee would prefer that the automatic triggers happen because none of the proposals, they're not happy with any of the proposals that are circulating.
Well, you know, I've heard that. I think it is imperative that the American people know that there's choices out there. The Progressive Caucus's submittal to the super committee was savings of $4 trillion. Up to $7 trillion if you let the Bush tax cuts expire on schedule, and we did it in such a way. It's reflective of the budget we proposed. It's reflective of the public option that Progressive Caucus wanted in the health plan that would have saved $61 billion, and we reinvest in things like education and jobs, immediate job creation, and so we feel we provided a very common sense contrast to what's going on. It is our way, quite frankly, to occupy the minds of Congress, to say there are some choices out there. Sticking with the same pigeonhole and trying to make decisions around the same pigeonhole that special interest, corporate America, and others have put us in is going to limit our ability to really do what American people are asking for. And our budget says, here's not only an alternative, this is a wise, sensible way to go forward, save money, balance the budget, and yet not hurt the American people.
It does seem as if that there is some cautious support, even coming from Republicans, on more infrastructure spending, and you hear about it through the idea of doing the long-term transportation bill. Is that about the best we can expect to come out of Congress, where there's agreement on new spending, that it comes through this transportation bill, and that's about it?
I hope not. I really do. But you're correct in that assessment, Chuck. But I hope not. I hope we're going to think big, then we've got to act big. And we've got to put something out in front of the American people so they know that their Congress, their elected officials, are responding to the urgency of the situation. I hope we go much further than that.
Let me ask you on one of the ideas that's in your submission to the super committee calls for putting the public option into the health care plan when it kicks in 2014. How do you pay for that?
Well, it's part of an open and competitive market. The public option is out there so that people have an option, just like Medicare for all would be a concept, that people have an option. What we believe, and that's where the $61 billion comes from, is that people will then have a choice. Private insurance will then have a competitive situation in which rates and premiums will reflect that competition. If an open and competitive free market is what everybody talks about and we all support, the public option in the Healthcare Reform Act would guarantee that kind of competition and that kind of free market and consumer choice. People can get the best deal. Right now, it doesn't provide that kind of competitive edge that any free market requires.
Congressman Raul Grijalva, chairman of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, thank you for getting up early in Tucson and coming on this morning.
Thank you very much, Chuck.
All right.